this movie very much has its foot in the 1950s because it's before counterculture had its own fashion statement. It had a fashion statement in the lack of formality, but everybody was still wearing the same clothes. You know, like the people uptown were sort of wearing the same clothes as the people downtown, but the downtown people were stripping away the formality, and that's what I was obsessed with. We did a lot of research, obviously, on Dave Van Ronk and Bob Dylan, but then also just musicians, the gamut of musicians. And for instance, like what Oscar wears in the movie, like it was very important that he lives on people's couches, so he probably isn't going to change. If he changes, it may be a shirt, because we wanted him to have a small duffel. So we don't want him to be like, that's part of his character. He doesn't go around with a big suitcase full of clothes, and like changing his clothes is not important to him. Like his music is important. To me, like everybody in this movie, with the exception of Llewyn, is a bit of a phony. You know, like even Jean's trying really hard to be unconventional, but she really wants to get married and live in the suburbs. And the Gorfines are trying really hard to be hipsters, but they really are academics that live on the Upper West Side. So, you know, Mrs. Gorfine, like, she tries a little too hard with a little bit too much jewelry. You know, the big squash blossom necklace and the vests from like an ethnic fabric that she found. And but yeah, no, that was the idea for her. And they were based on the orthopedic, they both wear orthopedic shoes. And Mr. Gorfine is, the idea of him comes from, I think he's inspired by Ethan's piano teacher,